Welcome back to my channel. So today I created this really fun blue aqua ocean looking look for you. I did use the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe collaborative palette. I'm super happy with how this look came out, so if you're interested in seeing how I got this look, then you are in the right place at the right time. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get started. So I actually want to start with a story, and I know the introduction already happened, and so you probably thought we were going to get started and I was going to put on some primer, but I want to start with a story because the eye look I created today just reminds me so much of when I was writing a short story in college. So basically in college I was working towards a minor in communications. I did end up achieving a minor in communications. So my my junior year in college I took a creative writing class, and basically the premise of the class was we would write short stories and we would learn how to write short stories. The stories were between 5 and 10 pages in length, but we would learn about different techniques story writers use, how to write dialogue, how to really embody the narrator and make the narrator have life, and how to really like hook the reader in the story, right? So that's what we were learning, and we were writing stories. So the first story that I wrote in this class was a story where the narrator, whose name was Tyler, you didn't find out if the narrator was a girl or a guy until the last line of the story, right? Where she ends up coming out and realizing that she identifies as a lesbian. But you don't know any of that for the first like 9 pages of the story. But I give hints to the audience or to the reader that the narrator, Tyler, is actually a girl and she likes another girl. And I do that by having sort of this internal monologue where the narrator has sort of a feminine monologue. I mean, I say feminine with quotes actually because that's gender stereotyping, but there's a lot of that in this story that I wrote. And so basically the narrator would be talking to herself in a way that she sort of she would try to make the audience realize that she identifies as a woman and that she's a girl. And so anyway, she ends up really liking this new girl in her class, and so she's sort of obsessed. It's all lust, it's all like surface attraction, right? So she's really attracted to this girl in her class. I describe this girl as having eyes like the ocean, and I go on to use that as a motif throughout the story. So I always have the narrator go back to this girl's eyes, like they're like the ocean, right? And I describe them in a way that this eye look actually looks. So that's really why I'm telling this story. So how I created this eye look is exactly how I wanted the reader to envision this girl's eyes in this story I wrote in college. So that was a tangent. Okay, now we can get started. So I'm going to first go in with primer. Today I'm going to be using the Smashbox Smooth and Blur, the original primer. I received some samples of different primers from Sephora, so that's what I'm going to be using. I don't have a close-up of it. So for today for foundation, I'm going in with the NYX Total Control Total Drop Foundation in the color 6.5 Nude Diaphane. So I'm going to blend this half of my face with a brush, and this is the Real Techniques buffing brush. I'm gonna buff the other side using a beauty sponge to see which I like this foundation with better. This is my first time actually using this foundation, so it's very liquidy. It's also not a very good shade match, but gotta make do. So both sides actually blended out really nicely, but I do think I like the brush side a little bit better. It just seemed to blend faster and a little bit more even. For concealer, I'm going in with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the color Light. No surprise here. And I'm really going to use this concealer for some extra coverage. This Total Drop foundation does not have quite as high of coverage as I'm used to. And I'm going to buff that in with the same beauty blender. Concealer as well as the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with the Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. So now that the face is all set, I'm going to go in with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm going to do a little bit of contouring. I'm going to go in with these two darker shades here, mix them together on an angled blush brush by BH Cosmetics. I'm going to really just sculpt out the cheekbones. Paula Dorf bronzer in the color Bora Bora, and I'm going to bronze up the outsides of my face. And to do that, I'm just going in with a big fluffy powder brush by BH Cosmetics. I love a really sculpted contour, so I'm going to go in with my beauty blender, which is still damp. I'm going to go in with the Rimmel Stay Matte Long Lasting Pressed Powder. And what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to just take the pointy part, the tip of the beauty blender, I'm going to dip it into the powder so that there's powder now on the tip of the beauty blender, and I'm going to carve out my contour. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this part of my ear, so right where the earlobe meets the cartilage. I'm going to take the powder and I'm going to drag it down to the very corner of my smile. Today I'm using the Lancome Sheer Amorose blush. Once that's all on and rosy, I'm going to go in with a big fluffy brush, and I'm just going to wipe away that extra powder where we carved out the contour a little bit. I'm going to hop off camera and put on some brows, wipe away some concealer, and then we'll jump into the eyes. So brows are on. I wiped the concealer off my lips because y'all know I like to do that. It gets crusty really fast. For brows today, of course, I went in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the color Soft Brown. I set my brows with some Rave hairspray and a spoolie, and I did carve out my brows a little bit because they were a little bit messy when I was finished with them. And I used the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the color 15 Fair. This is hands down the best concealer in my opinion for carving out your brows. It's not super full coverage, and this is also a really good color for me, so I love this stuff. I have been changing up sort of the order in which I do things when I do my makeup, so I'm actually going to set my face now. I really want to hydrate the look a little bit, and to do so I'm going to go in with the Mario Badescu. This is the facial spray with aloe herbs and rose water. I'm just going to shake it up and use that to set my face. Today I'm going in with the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. I really wanted to play into some of these really nice blue aqua shades that are in the palette down here, and this cobalt blue. So I'm really excited. This is the look I've been thinking about doing for a while, and I just have not sat down to film a video in weeks, literally weeks. So I'm very excited. We're gonna jump in and get started. So first I'm gonna go into this third color here. This color is Silk Cream, and I'm going to apply that using the Sedona lace. This is an EB13 blending brush. I'm then going to go into the color Firework, which is this really nice orangey shade. I'm going to go in with the same brush, but I'm going to go in with a very, very light hand with this color. I'm next going to go into the color, okay, the packaging, like, so my palette has all of the names over here on the back side, and so it's how it is when you look on it. So I just told you I used the color Cream. Wrong. I used the color Creamsicle. So that was this orangey shade is Creamsicle. This is why I never say the names, because okay. So I'm gonna next go into the color Pukey. That's an interesting name. I'm gonna go into the color Pukey, which is right here. It's like a, I guess it is kind of like a pukey brown color. And I'm gonna go in on a smaller crease brush. I'm gonna use the Luxie 249. This is a double-ended brush. I'm gonna use the small crease part of that brush. I'm gonna go into this color, and I'm actually gonna blend that a little bit further down than where I put Creamsicle. And then I worked that down into the outer V. Going back in with that Sedona Lace blending brush and back into Creamsicle, I'm just going to blend everything together a little bit. I'm then going to go into this color here, which is the matte aqua color in the palette. This color is known as Jada. It's called Jada. So I'm going to take that color Jada, and I'm using a smudge brush or pencil brush. You can call this whatever you want. And I'm going to tap into that color, and I'm going to apply that to the outer V area. And I'm going to go in with a pretty light hand with this color because it's blue, and I feel like blues can go bad fast. Back into this blending brush that I was using. I don't add any more product, but I'm using that to sort of blend the two colors together. So next I'm going to go in with, this is a pencil brush, a tapered pencil brush, and this is the Morphe M31 brush. I'm going to go into this really nice cobalt blue color. I guess it's really more of an electric blue actually. And this is the color Twerk. And I'm going to very lightly apply that to the outer V and blend it into the color Jade. Then back into the color Jade just to intensify it a little bit and really blending the edges together, and I'm really just patting this color in there. And I'm going to drag that color Jade over into the middle part of my eyelid. So once that's blended like a dream, and you saw I have to blend, and you have to blend and reapply color, blend, reapply color, you'll get the smoky look that you're looking for. The next color I want to go into is this color is, this is like a satin color, and this is the color Pool Party. It's a really nice shiny aqua color. I'm going to take that color just on my finger, and we're going to apply that to the inner corner of the lid. And this is going to give us that pop that we need. I'm also going to go in with a small concealer brush. I'm going to tap into that same color Pool Party, and I'm going to wet the brush to really just intensify the color on the lid. I'm then going to tap into this color here and I'm gonna mix it with the blue. So this color is the color Obsessed. It's sort of a silvery color. I'm gonna mix these two colors together to create like a lighter blue shade, and I'm gonna put that in the inner corner, the very inner corner of the eye. Then to blend everything together, I'm gonna go back into this smudge brush, and not gonna apply any extra color, but I'm just gonna blend some of the lines together. So I'm going to waterline my lower lash line, and today I'm going to go in with the only eyeliner that I have that kind of matches this. This is the Marc Jacobs Highliner Matte Gel Crayon in the color Out of the Blue. Going to waterline, and I'm going to go in with the Smashbox Always On Gel eyeliner in the color Fishnet. And then we're going to add some color to the lower lash line. So like I said, I really want to try to keep it neutral on the lower lash line. So I'm going to go in with an angled brow brush by Real Techniques, and I'm going to go into that first color that we used, that transition color, Silk Cream, and I'm going to just sweep that on the lower lash line. In with a pencil brush. This is the ColourPop E10 pencil brush. I'm gonna go into the color Creamsicle, which is that orangey yellow shade. I'm really gonna smoke that out. And I'm gonna intensify everything a little bit with the color Pukey, which is that brownish shade. So basically I'm just mirroring what I did when I first started with some of those transition shades. I'm also going to take a little bit of the color Pool Party, and I'm going to put that on the very inner corner of the lower lash line. And to lighten it up, back in with that silvery shade. And then for inner corner highlight, no surprise, I'm going to go in with the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek highlighters in the color Flexitarian. I'm going to take that on a concealer brush, and I'm going to use that as my inner corner highlight and really pop everything together. Then for the upper brow bone, I don't want something quite as intense, so I'm going to go into this second color here, and this is the color Beam. Using the same brush, I'm just going to pop that up on the upper brow bone. So for mascara, I'm going to go in with the Benefit Bad Gal Bang Mascara. This is not my favorite mascara, but I definitely want to use it up. I don't want it to go to waste. Are done. I'm really happy with how it came out. I don't like this mascara, but that's not the point. We are going to highlight. Today I'm going to go in with a new highlight that I actually just picked up. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in the color Blossom Glow. And to apply this highlighter, I'm going to go in with a tapered blending brush. This has sort of been my new favorite highlighter brush. I'm gonna go in with like a nudie pink. No surprise. Every video I use a nudie pink. So this is the CoverGirl Katy Perry Sphinx Matte Lipstick. I actually love this lipstick. This is actually one of my favorite lipsticks. I had lost it and found it very recently. It was in a handbag that I had put in the dust bag and like put away. So I thought it was missing. So it's been gone for like a year. So I'm so glad I found it. So I'm going to use that to apply. And I'm going to stick some gloss on top. And this is the NYX Butter Gloss in the color Fortune Cookie. That completes this video. I hope you guys liked this look that I created. It's very blue, very oceany. I think I'm actually going to start the introduction of this video with a story. So if you watched all the way through, I hope you liked the story in the beginning of this video. So I hope you guys liked this look that I created. Make sure you're giving this video a big thumbs up and subscribing if you haven't already, and I will see you next time with another new video. Bye guys!